we are going to learn how to paint with a VR controller and index finger in the Unity engine. Hi guys, I hope we're doing well. Welcome to my channel. In this clip we want to learn how we can painting with fingers and joystick controller of Oculus Quest. Okay, let's do this. So, initially we need to install, buy and download and set up this plugin, which has made by Carlos Wiltles, and thanks to him because of this beautiful and powerful plugin for painting on objects. It is very fairness price, $60, and make sure your Unity version has to be 2018.4.13 or higher. Okay, after you buy and download it, I already done it. You need to have the Oculus integration as well. So we have Oculus integration SDK, which is free for implementation. The Oculus OVR player and controllers and hand tracking. You can you can download it free into your project. Okay, in the plugin settings, I already made the scene, which is completely done as exactly you watched in the first of this video. But let's review what I have done. First, you need to make sure you use the Oculus interaction, samples, and scenes. In here we have some examples. For example, because we need to have a menu, the UI elements, we need to have the ray example scene. It is exactly that thing I've used. Uh, uh, we can use this scene as a base of our main scene. After that, I use this plugin CW Paint in 3D and examples in game or in editor, it doesn't matter. In here, one point, it has VR pen, which is already prepared for drawing an object by your mouse inputs and mouse movements. In fact, it's try to align this red pen to the joystick controller of Oculus. But because we want to use this for controller and hand tracking, I will add. I added this in contents, just one of these markers, for example, blue, and this board, this guy. One of these markers, blue, board, and VR Manager. In the VR Manager, we have all of these inputs and also P3D VR Manager, which is alignment for controllers. But honestly, we just need to have marker and board. Okay, and my scene, as you can see, it is my scene, which has the room environment, board, VR Manager, and avatar of and player of OVR camera rig of the Oculus integration in here, and also these are for the menu. I made a menu in here because of the curve mode of the canvas. I put it here, so after I play the scene, as you can see, oh, maybe it is wrong, but aha, yeah, it has been played. Yeah, look at this. It's set the position to the top of the board. So okay, first you need to make sure your board, your marker, for example, in here I put it in the OVR camera rig tracking space, right hand anchor, right controller anchor, OVR controller prefab, and it is here, marker blue. And I put the position of this marker exactly on the right bottom of the right controller. But you need to make sure this P3D VR tool needs to be disabled because we don't need to align the position of the marker with the controller specifically, because we want to put it in the custom position. So I disabled this component, but is kinematic rigid body has to be enabled. By default it is disabled, but you need to make sure it is enabled. If you didn't do that, it's falling down. And after that, in here we have nothing to do. Okay, and also it is for just hand controller. For hand gesture and hand tracking, I duplicated another pen and put it here. Input OVR, hands, right hand, right hand visual, and Oculus hand R, BR rest, and BR index, because I want to painting with my index finger. It is BR index 1, BR index 2, BR index 3. It is the bone of the index. In here I dropped as a child of BR index 3 of the right hand. It is marker blue. Look at this. The position is here. But because I didn't want to see the mesh of the marker, so I disabled the mesh. Look at this, it's supposed to be something like this, but I disabled the mesh and also disabled the P3D VR tool, and it's kinematic on. Okay, now it is ready to use for hand tracking or hand controller. But I want to talk about our color management. I create a simple C# script. I called it pen manager. As you can see, in here I have VR manager. I put the pen manager in here. Let's to open the script in the Visual Studio. Okay, in here you need to use using Paint in 3D library, and after that you need to call Paint 3D Sphere. This is the main of our markers. For example, look at this marker. It has a circle as a nose of our marker, which is exactly that thing we painting with it. So it has a script. It's called Paint 3D P3D Paint Sphere. P3D Paint Sphere. In here, as you can see, we can change the color and also change the scale. So it is normal size. So with this one, you will have something bigger in the line, big lines or small lines or very small, something like that. So I need to put the 1, 1, 1 by default. Okay. The paint manager works something like this. For example, in the first moment, it's try to change the color to black. What is the black? It's try to set the color for controller pen and also hand pen equal color black and color black in here. Whenever I clicked on this button, for example, green button. Whenever I clicked on green button, the function of change to green has been called. What is the change to green? Color to green for both pens. It is very clear. And whenever I clicked on eraser, in fact, the eraser is a pen, but with the same color of the background of our board. As you can see, our board is white, right? So we need to say our eraser is white. In fact, our eraser is a pen which has the white color. So whenever I click on eraser, sets both colors to white. That's it. Okay, next step is whenever we want to change the scale of the node of our pens, we have 0.5, 1, and 2. 1 is default, it is smaller, and it is bigger. As you can see in here, I found these numbers suitable for my tests. Maybe in your test it will be different, but it is totally customized, and you can change whatever you want. For example, for size 1, it is radius. Let me to come back to the VR manager in here. We have scale and we have radius. We can change the scale, but the better test and better solution to change the scale and totally the same is changing the radius. Look at this. I want to show you whatever happened in here. I can change the scale one by one, but I can change the radius one time, and it is just one number. So it is easier to change than changing 3 numbers. So you can change just the radius number. For size 1, by default, it is, as you can see, 0.003. For size 0.5, I put 0.001 for both pens. And for size 2, it is double time bigger than size 1. And so it is 3, so it has to be 6. Something like this. Okay, these are the general functions of our hand pen and controller pens. In the board, by default of the Painting 3D plugin, it already has several functionalities such as clear status, store status, undo, redo, clear, replace, save, load, clear, save, update material, copy size, copy texture. So you can call whatever you want, but you need to make sure you need to select a name for your board inside of their script. In this clip, I don't want to talk about the functionalities of this board, but it's better to know that dear maker of this plugin has been made these functions, which are really useful, and you can call them with any time or any functions you want. Okay, as you can see, it is my controller, and now I want to draw something here. Hello. And for example, I want to click on color blue and say something. Alone. Perfect. And purple, something like this. Or even I can make it little thinner, something like this, or
little bit bigger, and yellow, something like this. Perfect. And eraser, can erase it. Perfect. Now I want to use my hands. I put down the controllers and now my hand. For example, this is green. Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. Something like this. Okay.
I hope this clip will be helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for this video. Have a great time. Bye bye.